travailles pas? Tu ne sais donc pas que...
Le travail est obligatoire. Car le travail, c'est la liberté.
Le travail est obligatoire, car le travail, c'est la liberté.
Clip from a French film called À nous la liberté, or Freedom for Us. In the film, it's stressed that work is compulsory, but also that it brings liberty. In this programme, we're asking the question, why work anyway? In the first two programmes of this series, we saw some people doing repetitive production line work and the stresses it produced, and how it made some of them, like Chaplin in Modern Times and Tony Hancock in The Rebel, feel like mere cogs in a machine. Many people do jobs where they never see the finished product they're making, which leaves them feeling totally dissatisfied with their work. So why do they go on working? Is it just for the money? Why are people made to feel guilty about not working? Are they just being lazy? The tramp in the film you've just seen was hauled off to work in a factory when he was happily snoozing in a field, and I know which I'd rather do. Of course, it's all very well to talk about the choice of working or not working, but an increasing number of people, especially the young, don't have that choice. There's no work for them. Unemployment is their lot. The rate of unemployment is very high at the moment in many countries, and in some areas it's chronic.
Robert Howison, 20, Denise Humble, 18. General work, joint income, last job, £80 a week. Unemployment benefit and social security, now £16 a week.
We're living together. We're a young couple, and folks say, well, you're tearaways, you're unreliable, but they don't give us a chance to prove it. They don't give us a chance to prove that we're not tearaways, that we're not unreliable, that we can come to work like everybody else.
Eventually, we want to have his own home, you know, and live together like a married couple, same as everybody else.
We just want to make a good start. We just want to get together and get his own house and get everything together, but we haven't got a chance. We spend most of our time down here playing snooker when we're not out looking for a job. You know, it passes time on. If we're not down here, we're just stuck at house doing now. It's very boring being out of work. If you're not doing something, you just feel useless.
Oh, what a shot this day.
I went to a job last week and they said, oh yeah, we'll send you a letter and let you know. And that's about all they ever say. Other week I got an interview for a job and there were 50 odd applicants for it. And you know, what chance have you got at 50 odd applicants for one job? And if we left town and went to London, would there be any jobs in London? Would we be able to get somewhere to live in London? We've no bloody chance.
There's no point just uprooting, is it? You know, taking off with
I'd
no
rather be unemployed in Batley, where all my friends are, where I know my way about, than be unemployed in bloody London, where I don't know anybody and I don't know my way about. I don't like that.
What sort of job are you looking for, and what sort of offers have you had?
The jobs I'm looking for is anything that pays a decent wage. I mean, at the moment, we get £16 a week to keep two of us on. And anything offered about where I could draw about £20 a week could do me. I mean, folks say, well, he's getting so-and-so at Dole, so he's not going to bother going out to work for less. But that's just not true. I'd rather be out working and earning £16 than be on the dole and drawing £16 because it's boring. There's just no to do. You sit at home all day, you think, what am I going to do today? Folk come up to you and say, well, what you out to work for? You're young, you're fit, you're active. You ought to be able to get a job like that, you know. Snap of a finger, you ought to be able to get a job, but you can't.
Well, he'd rather have worked even for the £16 a week he was getting on the dole, but he didn't have the choice. Of course, one of the main reasons for working is money, and money's major value is that we can exchange it for the things we want. In fact, it's hard to think of anything these days which doesn't have monetary value. The general standard of living of people in this country has increased steadily since the end of the Second World War. But there have been times when the majority of working people have been living on the breadline, or worse, they've starved. In the economic depression of the 1930s, millions of people were unemployed, and some workers were even asked to take a cut in their already meagre wages. In the next clip from Love on the Dole, originally a play by Walter Greenwood set in the 1930s, some men from Hankey Park in Salford are listening to Larry Meath outside the factory gates as he explains the relationship between capital and labour.
Well, boys, I told you, you can expect nothing else until you start thinking for yourselves.
You've got to wait a long time. They've gotten out to think with.
Well, I still say you can't do without capital. Well, we don't want to do without capital. All I'm saying is that it shouldn't be used only as a means of making profit.
Hey, that's a lot of rot. If you don't make profit, place it closed down. Without money, you're sunk.
Do you know what money is?
Of course I know what money is.
Well, what is it?
Well, money's... Hey, that's a daft question. Anybody knows what money is?
He doesn't know, the gormless fool. Shut up, Jim. Now, look. Pounds, shillings, and pence. Well, that's what they give you in wages. Now, when you get your wages, what do you do with it?
What do they do with it?
Aye.
Well, they spend it.
On what?
Well, they ought to know. They spend it on things they want.
Ah, that's the point. So, therefore, you don't work for money, but for the things you want, don't you?
Aye, if they like to put it that way.
See, so money in itself is no use, is it? I mean, you can't eat it or wear it or anything. If there was nothing to buy, it wouldn't be any use.
If there weren't, no, but there is.
Ah, that's true, but remember, that's because people like you and I, the working people, make the things.
Well, they can't do without capital.
Ah, you silly daft crackpot. Where's your blasted brains? Shut up, Jim. Look, I'm not suggesting we can do without capital. All I'm trying to do is show you what capital is.
Aye, but trade's bad here and the world over. And talking about it won't get us nowhere.
Yes, that's quite right. It's the same all over the world. The wheels are coming to a standstill, and for why? You want to know why?
Aye.
Well, because men are afraid of each other.
Hey, mother is off again.
Yes, and I shall go on until we do something. Millions of men in this country want work. Millions of men in other countries are in the same boat, too. You can think of it, if you like a huge dam that's already beginning to crack. And next year, or the year after, or in 10 years' time, perhaps, there'll be a catastrophe. You see, that's the way of the world and nature. It takes a disaster to awaken people. But life will go on. What we've got to remember is that human conditions are not beyond human control. I said that man has made these conditions. Well, he can remake them. Aye, and rebuild a new and better world. As soon as he's got the real desire in his heart.
But I still say they can't do without capital.
That may have sounded rather complicated, but that exploitative relationship has been widely recognised and analysed by many political writers. In the film, Larry said workers make the capital, but don't necessarily receive any of the benefits. Some economists have said that the capitalist system may eventually bring about so much unemployment that men will be employed to dig holes and to fill them in again. Can you imagine a situation like that, and why do you think it might happen? One of the worst aspects of unemployment, as you saw last week in Prisoner of Second Avenue, and this week from the young couple from Batley, is boredom. In this second clip from Love on the Dole, Harry Hardcastle is unemployed, hangs around a snooker hall hoping to scrounge a cigarette, and hears Ned Narky's philosophy that anyone who works is a mug.
Mark of 8, boys.
Jolly.
Shut up!
Keep your trap shut.
Oh, shut up!
Aye, you're not in time office at Marlowe's now, you know.
Leave the kids alone, man. Get on with the game.
Serves him right.
Here, hold this.
Give us a drag, Harry. And do here a minute. Get some puff, Harry. No, he'll chuck it away in a minute.
Ah, missed.
Neither, Harry. Save a drag for us. Here,
come
on,
on,
come
come
on.
on.
Okay, share and share alike.
Yeah, have one of these.
Where'd you get those from?
Wouldn't you like to know? Go on, have one.
Thanks. Thanks, Bill.
About you, Sam?
Thanks, Bill.
Tom? You're getting out working for it honest, do you, Charlie?
You ought to know. What did you get out of it?
That's what I say, Charlie. That's what I say.
You want to try working dodges for a change, like me. Don't talk to me of honest work. Add some. Served me apprenticeship to engineering like all you kids. Got the push when I was 21 because I wanted full money. You remember me, don't you? It was lads like you what done me out of my job. Months I was looking for work, till I got tired of being pushed around. Then I got wise.
You mean you got 6 months?
So what? I got 6 months. Look at me now, sitting pretty. I've been in quad, you know. I'm a jailbird. 6 months I got for half inching out of a gas meter. And who was waiting for me when I come out to clink? Ask me. Probation officer wanted to reform me. So he got me a job, 12 hours a day, 30 bob a week, cleaning out a public convenience. You know the kind of job. All head work and tips. Aye. And you know what I told him he could do with it? So I told you. I got wise, started working dodges. And now I'm with Sam Grundy. And the only time I take my coat off is when I play a game of pills. Yeah, and another thing. Because I've been in clink, they won't have me in the army when there's another war. That's the kind of mug I am.
Well, as Ned Narky indicated, there are alternative means of getting money. And maybe because we give people such high expectations about their style of life and possessions, it's not surprising that some of them get hold of it illegally, or at least by doing as little as possible for it. In a film called The System, Oliver Reed plays a beach photographer, Tinker, who picks up a living from the tourists in Torbay every summer. He doesn't feel any duty to society and only does the work he likes, and as little of that as possible. Most of the time, he doesn't work at all.
Ah, there you are, Taylor. You've been taking time off again?
Not particular.
Oh, no, Taylor. We work on an individual average of 250 a day here. You've only been bringing in 135. Average, that is, 135.
They don't all want their photographs taken, do they?
We make memories here, Taylor. That's our stock in trade, memories. Things to look back on in the long winter evening. That's what we're here for.
I thought for a moment we were in it for the money.
Well, you're not in it for the money, are you? The commission's gone down a bit too, hasn't it?
Oh, I'll take it in memories, Mr. Lassie. I'll sit through the long winter evenings remembering what money used to look like.
Yes, I expect you will.
Remembering how I used to make £100 a day. It's happy thoughts like those, Mr. Lassie, that keep me going.
Need something like that to keep you going if I give you the sack, won't you? Take these upstairs, will you, dear?
I don't think you'll give me the sack, Mr. Lassie. The season's almost over and you won't be able to get anyone to replace me. Besides, there are all those holidaymakers wandering around with their wallets full of happy memories, aren't there?
You do wrong to mock, son. It's a short season. If you don't make it when you can, you spend your winter living on credit. Now, I spend my winter in Las Palmas. Where do you spend yours?
Oh, I usually go for winter sports, the National Assistance Board. You meet such a nice class of people there.
And another thing, now that the fair's arrived, the place will be full of unlicensed itinerant photographers. If you let them get on your pitch, there won't be any commission at all for you now, will there?
They won't get on my pitch.
And remember, if your camera gets damaged, you pay for it. And do try and pull your socks up. We all have our duty to society. If your average doesn't go up a bit, I shall have to reconsider whether or not we take you on again next year.
Oh, but
well, I owe it to myself.
Yes, you do, Mr. Lassie. Yes, you do. Well, thank you, Mr. Lassie. Thank you.
Well, that's all right, son.
Well, Oliver Reed's boss seems to have a clear idea of his duty to society. He's in the business of happy memories. It sounds to me like a very nice justification for making a lot of easy money. Certainly he's hard to respect, and you could see what Tinker thought of him. But is Tinker's attitude any more admirable, even though in some ways he seems a bit more honest? Some people are work-shy, and in the next clip from I'm All Right, Jack, Ian Carmichael arrives full of enthusiasm for his first day's work as a forklift truck driver, but he reckons without the workers' reactions to time and motion studies. I think this film gives an exaggerated view of the lazy British worker. The shop steward, Peter Sellers, is depicted as a reactionary, disruptive figure out to wreck rather than cooperate. But trade unions do protect people and have fought hard for the right to do so. What do you think of the picture portrayed? Is it based on fact or prejudice? Well, anyway, we'll end with a smile.
The last time a motion fellow we had tried to pass himself off as one of the workers. They rabbled him right away. Poor chap's still in hospital.
I don't know, they're taking on some proper Charlies nowadays, aren't they? Eh? Right, here we go again. What are you doing? 3.
I say, the most extraordinary thing, I moved some crates down there and there were some chaps playing cards. They were absolutely furious.
No, well, I told you to start this end.
But who are they?
They are what is called redundant. The management wanted to sack them, but the Works Committee said if they did, we'd all come out and strike. So they kept them on as checkers. Ha! But don't you expect them to check anything. Now, come on, get weaving, and only one at a time, mind you.